stop. No, don't stop. Thank you. Welcome to, it's a rowdy crowd. It's a rowdy bunch today. Welcome to Drinks with Dee Dee.
And John. And happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Today's Thanksgiving.
You do that?
No, I cannot. Not even close. That's good, though.
This is, by the way, today we are celebrating with Nelson Brothers whiskey, finished in a cognac cask. And this was, we did a tour. It's in Nashville. This was, I believe, the first whiskey in Tennessee, the first Tennessee whiskey, really. That's what they said. What?
Or at least one of the first, early on.
Yeah,
and
so anyway.
A friend of ours, an old friend of mine, Susie, and then her husband, they showed us around and got to know this place. And it was really cool.
That was fantastic. So
Nashville's got a lot of gems.
As always, A&P.
You and me.
Victory. General Lee. Yes, sirree. Earls of Perry.
Perry.
And excruciating pain to your enemies, although we're thankful.
Oh, my gosh. Happy Thanksgiving again.
Well, if I said
excruciating pain to our enemy, I mean, that is
there's no shame in annihilation.
Honey, that is not a good Thanksgiving message. I'm just telling you.
Well, I'm not going to take it back.
People had their dinner, are going to have their dinner, and it's festive, and they're watching cool TV shows and football.
That's true. Okay.
And John Schneider says, excruciating.
I'm just happy. I'm sure
that makes
thinking
you happy.
about things like that make me happy.
You're wrong. You're just wrong.
I'm wrong. So we're going to go. We are going to do the Hollywood Christmas Parade tomorrow night. And have you ever?
No, it's not tomorrow night. Sunday.
Well, it's Sunday.
Yeah.
We're doing it Sunday, but it's not going to be aired until
the 14th.
The 14th of December.
That's right, on CW. Where you were Jonathan Kent?
Where I was Jonathan Kent, and where they brought. Did they bring Dukes back to the CW? That might have been the Nashville Network.
It's TNT, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. That's way back when TNN, the Nashville Network, decided that they wanted to move away from country and become the national network. That didn't last for very long. It was stupid. It was dumb. Oh, there I go again. Have a stupid and dumb Thanksgiving. No, it was the wrong move. And we just witnessed with the CMA Awards where I don't know why, just as country music gets a grip on the rest of the world where everyone wants to be a country music singer, all of a sudden country music changes and tries to kowtow. Is that the kowtow to like pop or rap or hip hop? Or I've got nothing against pop, rap, or hip hop or any of that kind of music, but I don't think it belongs in country. So when that guy slid down a rope in shorts and then jumped on Big Show's shoulders, I thought, this is the death of country music, or at least of the CMA.
I think, did he have like a backwards cap on? And
there's a new thing.
Then a cut off like shirt and that sort of thing. And he looked like a rapper. So
he looked like Eminem, and that's fine. Yeah. I love Eminem. The most amazing thing to me about Eminem is it's easy to be angry when you're broke, but he's managed to stay angry through it and be very wealthy doing it. He hasn't gotten lost touch with his roots. What?
Well, nothing. I mean, no, you're not angry all the time. You're just funny. But here's what, because we're going to talk about the 10 biggest turkeys in the world.
And the 10 things we're thankful for, too. So I don't know if we're going to get to 10 on the other side.
All right. Well, whatever. We're going to talk about turkeys and what we're thankful for.
Here's the good news. Here's what we want you to do. I want you to make up a list. Don't make our list. Make your own list. And I was surprised this morning, especially because apparently I'm angry, that I came up with far more. It was much easier to come up with things that I was thankful for than it was for me to name 10, true turkeys out there. People who've earned, I don't know the guy's name that slid down on the rope, but I'm going to put it on here. Rope guy.
Rope guy.
Rope guy is my first turkey.
His name is Bailey. And I wouldn't say it's like Bailey Anderson or something like that, but the first name is Bailey, I believe.
Well, he may be kin to John Anderson or something. And he wasn't. I'm not saying he was bad. I'm just saying, why was that on CMA? Okay, let's see. What does that stand for? Country Music Awards. So what is all this microphone? Microphone like this. I can't even do it, but microphone like this, and I understand, taking new things and bringing them to country as a flavor, as an ingredient, as a spice, but not as a whole. I don't understand.
So you like it to be pure country, which a lot of folks do. They don't like this. They're kind of trying to do a hybrid, it seems, and I don't really
and it's cyclical. They do this every
so many years.
Every so many years, and it's always just after amazing things happen in country music, like Jamie Johnson.
Well,
like
that's
Chris
what about to say. That's
like,
what we can be thankful
George
about.
Strait, my God. So while that's happening, then all of a sudden there's this need to change country music, and I didn't understand it in the early '80s. I didn't understand it in the '90s. I just don't understand it, but it keeps happening.
Well, the good news is the CMA Awards, we like the part where Jamie Johnson sang, dear friend of John's, a fairly new friend of mine. Great guy, is Beyonce as well, Brittany. And he sang, it was wonderful, and it was a tribute to George Strait, who's also pure country. So they had that as well. They had that wonderful element to the CMA as well.
Yeah, yes, they did. They had the Oak Ridge Boys were there. God bless them. I'm so delighted for Kix Brooks and Ronnie Dunn, because they were over a couple of years ago. They retired, and then you miss it. You miss it, especially when you're that good. They were great, and I thought Ronnie did a great job singing there with Jelly Roll, who sings his butt off now. Jelly Roll and Stapleton, to me, they skew more blues, which I love blues, but country, I think country really does have its roots in the blues and in the church. So, but not with the upside down mic and sliding down on a rope and all that. I don't see the need for that. If country music were failing and it needed to put on a new face, some new makeup, then sure, absolutely, go for it. But country music ain't failing. What's this one song? What the Buck? I have a song. Just when the whole wide world was starting to get into it,
a little.
Some dipstick came along and put a hip-hop groove right through it. Tell me what the buck happened to country music, right? So anyhow, I predict that stuff is going to go away.
I think they always try to bring new young people in with that. And I'm not sure it really works.
No, you're not going to bring young hip-hop folks into sequence and country music because some guy slides down on a rope.
That's why, okay, we're going to mention it. The elephant in the room is Beyonce. Beyonce. Be careful. Beyonce, because she is not known as a country artist. And then she came out with the Country Carter. So the big controversy now is that the CMAs totally snubbed her. So, Cowboy Carter.
Well, they didn't
snubbed her. Well,
they didn't snub her. That's the thing. They listened to the music and determined that nothing on that record was worthy of a nomination.
It's their show.
And I agree with them.
It's what they want to do, and they didn't pick her. Now, the Grammys, on the other hand, have gone all out for her. So, okay,
that's great. She's amazing.
Popular and great with one party, but with the other, no, not so much. Okay,
you don't want to come.
It's not like she's suffering, and that's not like she doesn't have a following. But it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to dominate every genre, because likely you won't.
Right. Now, if she worked at it a while, it was her first country record. If she worked at it a while and then came out with something that didn't have the F word in it and didn't change the lyrics to Dolly Parton's song, I mean, then there could be a world out there, but it takes work.
But that's what's great about our country. Everybody has an opinion and everybody can express what they like. And I'll just say, I don't like her as a country artist at all. I just don't like it. I'm allowed to say that, and I'm allowed to feel that. And it sounds like you feel the same way.
I do. Well, when I
felt the same way, but the Grammys love her. Great, good for you.
Yeah, it's like Jelly Roll. I'm sure did not have an easy rise. It seems meteoric, but I didn't hear anything about him, and he came out of what he came out of, and loves the music. It's like Kid Rock loves country music. John Rich loves country music. Jamie Johnson loves country music. They can tell you more about country music, the origins of it, the singers, the writers, the players on the albums. They love it, and it shows. And I'm not saying, I don't make this all about her, but I think what happened is it was like, oh yeah, I'll just go in, I'll go do a country album and everybody will love it. Well, I'll tell you, country's hard. Not that the other music she does is not hard. Of course it's hard.
It's just different. Most
different.
people are not good at every single thing they set out to do. Like some people do like that. But another thing I liked about the CMA Awards.
This is good.
Because we did watch, because we wanted to watch Jamie and be supportive. And I love George Strait. So that part was really cool. But Morgan Wallen. He won
Jeff Bridges, God bless you. Bless your cotton socks.
The year.
I'm sorry. I think Jeff winds up on the turkey side.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jeff. You're on the turkey side.
The dude said, Morgan Wallen. And everyone knew what he was thinking, of course.
Well, yeah. Morgan Whalen Jenkins.
And then Morgan Whalen was, now I said it. Thank you very much.
He wasn't even there.
Dude.
He wasn't even there.
But Morgan Wallen didn't show up, and he had been given a very hard time because he's the guy who threw the chair off the rooftop in Nashville, and then it dropped like 3 feet away from an officer. So that was not ideal. And then, but some people say it really wasn't him. Oh, it's another person he was trying to help him cover for. Who knows? But he won. CMA didn't care. He won. He won Entertainer of the Year. But he's been given a hard time about that by law enforcement and other folks in the industry. So he decided not to show up. Who knows why?
No idea.
But it was an interesting story, interesting part of the evening. And now, moving on to the next award show.
The next award show, actually moving on to the Hollywood Parade, which I haven't done. You've never done it, right?
No.
Okay. I did it in the 80s. I remember them holding the car because I was on the set at Warner Brothers or Burbank Studios at that time doing Dukes. 1983, maybe 1984.
And you had to go over.
I did it a couple of years. Yeah, I did it a couple of years in a row. Which it's not that far, but the problem is when you're going over the hill to do the Hollywood Christmas Parade, everything is closed because of the parade you're trying to get to that you're in. So it becomes kind of a Scotty Scheffler issue.
Well,
Scotty Scheffler problem.
It's going to be so much fun. And it'll be great. Lufred Ferrigno just contacted you and said, hey.
There it is.
So he'll be there as well, and a lot of other friends and people that we know.
Big Lou will be there. We just talked to him the other day. You have the same birthday as Lou, right? Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to see Lou. We're going to do the Hollywood Parade. We'll be waving, so we'll be waving at you. Just like that. Isn't that great?
It'll be fun.
And this one here has this dastardly plan.
Oh, it's
that I agreed to.
You all will love.
Most of
you will love it. I'm telling you, you will love it.
So, by the time you see this,
it will be done.
It will be done. Yes, it will be done. My beard will be gone, but I will have good old, mutton chop. Not quite mutton chop, but Bo Duke sideburns that might be a little darker come parade time. And I'm going to, do you have that picture? Send that picture to Tony.
I will.
Like now.
Oh.
And then he'll put it up. Okay, I'll do it. No, now. I want to put it, so.
Yes, sir.
She is going to.
It was my idea.
She is going to have the folks at Vidal Sassoon, Vital Sasson, we used to call it, do this to my hair. Now, I think my hair is about the same color in that picture anyway, when you put a light on it. But obviously this is darker. Anyway, she's going to be Bo Duking my fro is what she's going to be doing. So
it's fun to change things up because every day people talk about John's hair. And he's let it grow out, and he's has a beard. Yes, and it's wonderful, but it's also wonderful shorter. And so I thought, why don't you, for the Hollywood Parade, since your history with Hollywood started with the Dukes of Hazzard,
and with Johnny Grant, the Hollywood Christmas Parade,
right? Have the Bo Duke style, not the clones,
Fro Duke.
But the hair and the shape, I think it'll be nice. It'll be cool. I think people
they won't have
like that.
They won't have to cut it that much. But then after that, I think I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it cut because we're not going to be able to start filming the Earls of Perry until the leaves come back. So as you can see, the leaves they're already coming off, and in 2 weeks' time they'll be gone. So we have to have the. I'll grow my hair out again because if I don't cut my hair between now and then, it's going to be. It won't be quite as long as Jane's hair, but it'll be close.
Your hair grows really fast.
Okay, so one of the things I'm very, very thankful for while you're looking for that picture is that we have a new dawn in America. I'm not talking about Dawn Wells from Gilligan's Island, talking about a new dawn in America.
You liked Marianne better than Ginger, didn't you?
Absolutely, yeah. And Dawn was part of Children's Miracle Network Hospital, so I always loved Dawn Wells, but before I knew her, I was always a Marianne guy.
It seems like most guys.
Not a Ginger. The guys don't like the high maintenance.
Well, yeah, for sure. She'd be high maintenance next to Marianne.
Yeah.
But Lovey was even worse. That would be really hard.
Oh, well, yes. Lovey, well, weren't they great? Thurston Howell the Third and Lovey.
I just loved how they had all those clothes. I love that. That was really cool. I mean, and then Gilligan and the skipper and
always wore the same thing, kind of like
clothes every day, like
Dukes
and Hazzard.
Yep.
Because I remember asking John, I said, why do you wear the same clothes every day on that show? But Gilligan did, and so did the skipper. So,
it makes sense.
What? You didn't have anything else to wear? I mean,
no. There it is. There's the Bowduke hair.
That's what we're going to do at Vidal. We're going to transform back to Bowduke for the Hollywood Parade.
All it takes is a round brush and a little Clairol.
Little bleach.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Yep. And the eyebrows might have to come down a little bit, but just put it on there so it goes away. I had years ago somebody said, "Oh no, we just want to darken your eyebrows a little bit." I look like frickin' Groucho Marx. It looked so stupid. It was so.
And what did they do to your hair?
I'm the guy that wipes my makeup off when I go to a movie or something, and they take all this time and it's on there, and then as soon as they go to clean their brushes and their spatula that they just put the makeup on, I run like a bunny and wipe it off my face. There, my secret.
He does. I saw it.
Who do we just see who did that? Oh, and face in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
No, not the. He was angry. Face in the crowd. So that's what we're going to do with my hair. I'm thankful for a brand new dawn in America. I see it. Can you see it? Do you see it on the streets? Do you see people getting excited? I'm even starting to see the media. Some are doubling down on
not Morning Joe.
Pardon me. Some are doubling down on stupid. I think really are, and some. Sorry, we got somebody trying to talk on this camera. We don't want that. And some folks, can you get a close up of her? I'm going to try to fix this. I don't know what just happened. Tony, are we the right way? There we go. And there she is. Ta-da.
And I apologize for coughing so much, but we have like a burn on the back porch that's coming this way.
Make me sneeze.
Yeah, so we're burning papers, and it's a little smoky. So
yeah, we've got yeah.
We're not Cheech and Chong. We're just doing.
No, we're not. Neither one of them.
Yeah.
So what were we? We were talking about a new dawn in America. It was a great
being
thing.
Grateful for that. Again, Thanksgiving. We talk about the turkeys in the world, but we're also so thankful, and I'm thankful that President Biden and President Trump could get together and it was peaceful and friendly and. Because, I was worried. We were all worried that there would be some insurrection or there would be fights or there'd be, looting or whatever. And there hasn't been. So that's wonderful news. That's good. Good for our country.
That is good for our country, but I'm not holding my breath. I mean, I'm still...
Still think it could have happened?
There's still... Well, look what's happening in Israel. Look what's happening in Russia. Look what's happening in Ukraine. All kinds of things are happening right now.
Yeah, but that was happening. And again, I agree with you. It's not ideal.
But it does appear that they're intentionally escalating it.
Agreed. That it's like heating up. But on Main Street, so far, so good. It's been all right. Other than, the immigrants that are raping and pillaging and killing, but they were doing that anyway. But that's going to stop soon. They're going to be deported. The ones that are, that's first priority. The soon Trump to be administration keeps saying that they want to get rid of the murderers and the rapists and the
and they're getting pushback.
Violent people.
They're getting pushback from largely Democrat mayors are giving pushback.
Why would you not want to get rid of people that are causing harm to citizens that elected you? I don't get that.
And why wouldn't you want help? Because, what it seems to me that what these folks don't understand is these Venezuelan gangs, these gangs from other parts of the world, these were not moderately, these were traffic offenders that were kicked out of the country. These were rapists and murderers.
They torture
these
people.
Were bad
Americans.
People. Okay, I remember when it first started happening, and then all of a sudden, and this was, I think, on MSNBC, they were talking about the level of viciousnness, the what these folks do as gang members make our worst gangs look like an ABC after school special. So, and they've shown that, and with Lincoln Riley, that guy's been put away for the rest of several of his lives, which I hope is a message to other folks who are thinking about doing similar activities in our country. So, getting rid of not registered but proven violent criminals from some other part of the world, getting them out of here. Getting them out of your state, and now, if you're a mayor, getting them out of your city, your town, your village. How could you be against that? And how could you not want the assistance? And the government is not coming in with tanks and machine guns and things, unless, of course, the MS-13 and the what's the Venezuelan gang?
Trey Landre or something.
Three laundries and something Agua says something.
Yeah, Agua, Landre, Trey Landre.
But these folks are not going to raise their hands when someone says "manos arriba" and throw down their weapons. So there's every likelihood that in some of these sanctuary cities where these gang members know that's what it is, so that's where they're going. At some point, there is going to, one of them is too many in your town or in my town. But I tell you what, if you've got 20 or 30 or 100 gang members from some other part of the world who were summarily thrown out and wound up here, it's not going to be a good day. You're going to need as much help as you can get. And you're going to be thankful for that it's there. And you as a mayor, as someone who's running this town, this city, this village, your number one job is to protect your constituency, not just fiscally and not, to make the park great. That's part of what you do. But what you really do is you create a safe haven for the people who live in your town, your village, your city. Why wouldn't you want help? So I'm putting all of those mayors, putting Gavin Newsom, I'm putting all those folks who say we are going to continue to protect violent criminals over our citizens. They are on the turkey list.
Well, speaking of turkeys,
wait a minute, I didn't hear any laughter for that.
I think that means you, Tony.
No, it's quiet.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So speaking of turkeys,
that's a laugh track, boy.
So that's what he was looking for. That's what he was looking for.
Thank you.
So John's
I feel better.
Very good friend Tracy Lawrence does a turkey drop or turkey celebration or whatever he calls it. I think it's Mission Possible.
Mission Possible.
Yes. So raises money for the homeless, and he's done it for a few years. I think.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted John to perform. So John did, and it will. And it's always good to help Americans that are in trouble.
Absolutely.
And that is helping the homeless. And I'm sure that there are vets involved in that as well. We don't want any homeless vets. We don't want any homeless Americans.
We don't. My God.
But what a great cause and how wonderful. And Tracy Lawrence is also a pure country guy. Right?
Oh, he's great. He's a great guy. I've known Tracy a long time. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be fun. But by the time you see this, I will already have different hair and I will have already done that show.
That's what's great about a podcast. You know, it's a time warp.
It is a time warp.
It is.
Do you have anybody you want to put? What are you thankful for? Other than,
I'm thankful for you.
Oh, I'm thankful for you too. I have that down as the 10th.
We can mention it again.
10th one.
You can mention it again.
Mention it twice.
I'm very thankful for our beautiful back porch and our view of Kentucky across the river and the lovely weather we've been having.
Here in Indiana.
And my new golf clubs that John got me.
For your birthday.
For my birthday. And also just for really everything. We have such a wonderful life and we're so blessed. And I'm just happy every day with you. I mean, it's always a fun adventure. So I really have no complaints.
No.
None.
No
I mean, about us and about our life. However, there's a lot going on out there and a lot of people. Which a turkey that I think is a really, really bad guy is Fauci. I would say to me, that's one of the biggest turkeys in the world.
Yep.
And I never again... Well, I did not get that vaccine. Thank goodness. John and I both were able to avoid that. But no, I don't believe in any vaccines at this point. For myself, anyway. I mean, I get the polio and I understand that, but still, I'm scared to death of vaccines now. No flu, no shingles, no nothing. Forget it. CVS always gives me those messages. Hey, it's time for a flu shot. Or how about shingles? Or hey, you can get the shot for COVID? Really? We're still doing that? Yeah, they are. I get those messages all the time. Not happening. You might as well stop texting. No vaccines for me.
Right. And by the way, a vaccine is supposed to keep you from getting whatever it is you're being vaccinated against. I got the polio vaccine when I was a kid. And guess what? I never got polio. But with the COVID vaccine, correct me if I'm wrong, you can still get COVID. In fact, it seems to me like you're more likely to. And you can also give it. You can give it.
Yeah, people got the shots. They were getting sick. I think it's proven now that people would get the shots and it weakened their system.
Right.
It did not work well for
the vaccine made a lot of people very rich. Anthony Fauci was one of them. I do hope that there is a committee once we get past January 20th, 2025. I hope that there is a committee that will seriously and in a very in-depth manner investigate exactly what happened during that time. I mean, we have very little opposition, although there's that one guy was talking about doing like a shadow government. So this guy is basically describing what an insurrection built from the inside out insurrection, right? But kind of this shadow government. He was defining who he would name as the shadow DA and the shadow this and the shadow that. Oh my God, that is going on record as planning an insurrection.
That's crazy.
So it is. Why are those folks not investigated? Why are they not, pulled aside and pulled up, as we used to say in my Italian upbringing in Georgia? Pull that guy up. It's a little tap on the shoulder, and you get pulled up. Why are these people using their freedom of speech, which is hate speech at this point? We won, they lost. And I don't mean just sit around, and acquiesce and go into a corner, which brings me to somebody who's on the turkey list. Hello, Ellen. I'm sorry. Goodbye, Ellen. I think the funniest thing about Ellen DeGeneres is that she thinks anyone cares.
Yeah, these celebrities are like, well, I'm leaving. Well, go ahead. It's a free country.
If she wasn't so mean to people on her show, then I wouldn't have said that. She's mean.
So they say that there was a toxic work environment. And again, obviously, we were not there, but a lot of people were unhappy. And I think that the celebrities and others that are like, I'm leaving the country. It's terrible.
Well, she did. So
anymore. For
that, I applaud you.
Right. So
absolutely.
That's what I was going to say. At least she is following through with what she says, where most of these celebrities are just full of it. They're just saying it. And then they stay. They stay in our mansions in Bel Air. And good for them. I mean, they've been successful enough to have that. But why don't you have some gratitude for your country? And you know,
look what Ellen DeGeneres was able to do.
She made so much money. She had so much.
I know, but look what she was able to do for the homosexual community.
Yes.
Why? Because she was in this country. Because this country embraces everything except stupidity.
Yeah,
we will not embrace child pornography. We will not embrace child trafficking. We will not embrace any of that stuff.
Go to Beirut, or it wouldn't go well for her.
But yeah, I mean, she was able to do amazing things for the world. But at the same time, this brings me to one of the other turkeys on the thing, is LeBron James. So we got LeBron James, who was able to reach a level of success. Is he excellent? Is he one of the best basketball players in the history of the game? You bet your ass he is. But he was able to do what he did, not just because of his talent, but there is a degree of his success that only occurred because he did that in the United States of America. So to achieve such a level of importance in a sport or in anything, and at the same time poo-poo the country that is at least partially responsible for your opportunity to do so, makes you a turkey in my book. You are a turkey, gobble, 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 in my book.
Well, let me take someone who is not, if I may.
Yes, who is not a turkey.
Who is not a turkey, and that we're very thankful for. John did
this young man. Yeah. You're going to, I know. Thank you.
He had a wonderful concert in Mineola, Texas. So we decided to invite this young man, 4th of July, John, it's kind of the kickoff to his new patriotic album. And so Cameron Blasek, and he's from not far from here, and he put a flag on his car, like your movie. And
to die for, he had a flag on his truck.
And the school told him to take it off and take it down. And he said,
American flag.
I'm not. So he defied that, which he should have. And the community went crazy because around here, people are patriotic and great Americans, and they supported him.
So what's funny? So in that picture has the flag on the back of the truck too. But what he did is kind of, and I don't know that it was inspired. We've met. I don't know that this was inspired by To Die For, but he appeared to acquiesce. So he took the flag off the back of his truck, but the next day he showed up, his truck was wrapped like that.
So that was
and I believe that was somebody, he told us that was somebody in the community that said, look, if they make you take that flag off, I'll pay to have it wrapped.
Yeah, which is really great.
I think that's fantastic.
Wonderful community. And I know it well, not far from here. So the really good news for Cameron is that he has been nominated for a Patriot Award. Fox does that, the Patriot Awards. It's December.
Oh, come on, everybody. Come on. Hey, there we go. Thank you. Especially you.
I'm sure everyone nominated is wonderful, but we're going to root for our friend.
Oh, you bet. Yeah. You bet. That's fantastic.
Good luck.
That's happened a couple of times in our country over the last couple of years. Now, I don't think that's going to be a problem anymore. And it's interesting that it ever was.
How could it be?
In To Die For, the current principal of the school where I went to high school and learned to say the Pledge of Allegiance in elementary school, says that the flag on the back of my El Camino is currently a divisive symbol.
Ridiculous.
It's like, what are you talking about? A divisive symbol? Anyway, so we love this young man. We're proud to be friends of his. We're proud to know him, and we need more young folk like that. We need more old folk like that. All right, what do you have on your... I'm going to thank the farmers right now.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, I'm very thankful for the farmers. And Tony, if you don't mind, throw up we get to like 10 minutes, throw up a timer. We're having too much fun. I don't know where we are. But I want to thank the farmers for what you do. I know it's not easy. I've got the Johnson family up in Montana, very dear friends of mine, and they work their butts off under incredible mortgages for that equipment. You know, they have to pay off that equipment. And we're talking about $300,000, $500,000 single piece of equipment. that really is kind of up to whether or not you have a good crop or not. So next time you go to a store, don't think that lettuce, like Jessica Simpson said, why do we need farmers? There's lettuce, at what's the high dollar store? Whole Paycheck. Whole Foods called Whole Paycheck. Yeah, why do we need farmers? We've got lettuce on aisle 3. Okay, don't be that. And she talked about the chicken of the sea. Well, it's chicken.
Well,
no, it's not.
Obviously,
it's not chicken.
Catherine Bach fans, so we're
yay. We love Catherine Bach.
Jessica Simpson's really not going to get much of a turn from us.
No.
much of anything from us because we love Catherine, and Catherine's gotten a lot of press lately.
Yep, she has. And, playing Daisy Duke was not Jessica's fault. I mean, she took a job and she did what she did. But
it was like Coy and Vance.
Daisy Duke is number 1, Catherine Bach, number 2, Catherine Bach, and number 3, Catherine Bach. Yeah, there we go. Hello.
Now comparison.
Hello.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know why they chose a blonde to be the brunette. And I think people get the Dukes confused with Little Abner, like Daisy May. They talk about, some people say, "Oh, I love Daisy May on the Dukes." Well, no, it wasn't Daisy May. That was on Little Abner. Al Cap, a great musical, by the way. You can probably watch the movie on Amazon Prime. It's fantastic.
Well, they did have something, like a little contest online of who do you think's the hottest Daisy Duke? Is it Catherine or Jessica? And Jessica Simpson got decimated. Forget
Did you say hottest or
hottest.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's clearly Catherine, and Catherine won by a landslide. I almost felt sorry for Jessica Simpson, but I don't, because Catherine deserves that.
Yeah.
And and I'm just happy for her. And I think that the Dukes of Hazzard, it's always been popular, but it's having, I think, a renaissance right now.
I think it is too. Yeah.
Dukes of MAGA, that made a big difference.
Dukes, that was a great video.
That was so great that Donald Trump was Bo Duke.
J.D. Vance was Luke. It was.
Luke isn't happy about that. Tom Wopat is a liberal, and John's a conservative, and Kathy, I don't know where Kathy is.
By the way, you got to go to the store. How great is that album?
Oh, it's so good. I listened to it. Was it yesterday?
We drove in. Yeah, we drove in yesterday. It's called Home for Christmas. Tom Wopat, John Schneider, Home for Christmas. We have 500 of them. That's all. I'll be like Mike Lindell. When they're gone, they're gone.
It is really good,
Mike
though.
Lindell impersonation.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's called Home for Christmas. It's kind of like Sinatra music. It's big band music.
But they're buddies. They're buddies in it. And it's like, hey, Johnny, it's cold outside. And they make
really can't stay.
Johnny, it's cold outside.
It's pretty great. But I had forgotten. We've been watching Dukes because of the Earls of Perry, and wouldn't it be great to have Tom and or Catherine on the show? Wouldn't it be fun? Byron on the show. It'd be a lot of fun. Not all the time, because I understand it's going to be a little weird for folks. But I defy you to find any 2 stars of any television show in the history of television that are that comfortable together, that sound that great together, and that are obviously having so much fun. So the record they're only CDs. That's what they are right now. Tom, I think, has some LPs. If you are into LPs, then just text the store or email the store. But you can get it not autographed at all. You can get it with my autograph, or you can get it with my autograph and Tom's autograph. I think we only have 100 of the ones with both of our autographs. Then I signed a bunch of other ones, and then I didn't sign a bunch of others. So
that's a great gift.
Whatever the numbers are when you thank you. Whatever the numbers are when you go to the store, johnschneider.shop. Whatever the numbers of inventory are on those, that's all we have. The only thing I can get some of, if need be, is I can call Tom and I can get some albums shipped. But I'm not going to do that unless I get at least 10 people that want an album. Problem is, in the past, everyone talked about 2 things. They want, we'd love to have albums. I think you'd sell a lot of albums. And Blu-ray. We got to have Blu-ray. Well, I had albums made. I had Blu-ray made, and I still have them. So if you're going to ask me, by golly, if I'm going to get mad, I'm going to get mad again. Mm-hmm. Who is that? Walter Brennan. If you're going to ask for something like that, then go buy it at the store. Okay? Speaking of that, there's a whole lot of people that are still scamming people online. Remember, I'm not going to ask you to sign up for my Telegram.
Never.
I don't do TikTok. When people send me things on TikTok, I say, look, you got to send it to me some other way, because I'm still one of those right-wing crazy people that thinks TikTok is a communist plot to overthrow our country. I still think that. And it's evidenced by all these wonderful commercials TikTok has now about how you can shield your children from certain content. Well, guess what? You can shield them from all the content. Get rid of the app.
The funniest thing about TikTok, though, is that in China, it's different material. They don't allow, all the kind of spicy and, like they say bad words or dressing risque. They don't do that. They don't allow that in China. Their TikTok is quite different than America's TikTok. So there you go.
What does that tell you? Right? And also then, now we'll get to somebody I'm thankful for is Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Oh,
Robert Kennedy, is it F? Robert F. or FK? Yeah. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Great guy.
I worked with him years and years ago on one thing. It was for cleaning up water. Might have been so long ago. It might have been the Hudson River, which they did a wonderful job on. I'm not sure, but he's pointing out that in our breakfast cereal here in the United States, there are additional ingredients that aren't in Canada. Well, Canada's not that far away, so
a lot of countries.
Is it because? I mean, it sounds to me like it's because our standards are lax, not theirs. If we're putting additional things to make things prettier on the shelves, we used to talk about this. I'm 64. We used to talk about this in the
when I'm 64
in the 70s. Before Dukes, me and my highly intellectual buddies would say, are these preservatives preserving us? Are they making it so we live longer, or are they making it so we can be treated? I don't know. They're preservatives, and we have a lot of things in our food, apparently, that they don't have in the rest of the country because they wouldn't give their constituency this poison.
Well,
I've always known that fluoride was bad for you. Always. I remember when they were pressing fluoride in the 60s. They I don't know if it was Ralph Nader or not, but they were talking about fluoride, this great thing, which is one of the ingredients of rat poison. So we've been handed a bill of goods, and it's polished nicely and has a wonderful bow on it. And but now it's time to turn the lights on. Turn the lights on. Find out why our children are so unhealthy. Find out why our children are so angry, so anxious. Find out why we are apparently, if not the unhealthiest country in the world, then certainly in the top 10.
It's always the money.
That's wrong.
It's always the money. Whoever's selling these chemicals, they have a big lobby. Whoever's in charge of that operation, they have a lot of money and a big lobby.
Right.
So RFK is going to be like, forget you. I mean,
Well, he's older than me, right? So he'll remember that it was the aluminum industry. One of the byproducts of aluminum manufacturing is fluoride. Fluoride was being dumped into the ground in aluminum. And check me on this. Fact check me, please. But the fluoride was being dumped into the ground, into the water, and it was a biohazard. So the aluminum manufacturing companies had to figure out a way to either rid the ground of, and this was in the 60s, so they weren't as strict as they are now, to rid the ground of this poison, this fluoride. But somebody in their group made a call to somebody, and rather than have to get rid of it, they figured out a way to make it a necessary, essential ingredient in our public drinking water.
It's pretty terrible.
So rather than be fined for dumping a pollutant into our drinking water, instead, they were applauded for adding something to our drinking water that was incredibly healthy for us. Now, 40, 50 years later, we're finding out, guess what? It was not incredibly healthy for us. Okay, it's one of the things that, I'm not saying fluoride causes cancer, but it's one of the things. Like, what is the problem if you use underarm deodorant? What is the cancer-causing agent? It's aluminum, fluoride, underarm. Come on, seriously. So we have to use our heads. And Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will not only use his head, but he will help us use ours.
We're thankful for him, but we can also call out the turkeys that are doing this.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
You have the chemtrails, and when you look at if you just go to any store and you look at the ingredients, when there's 30 ingredients in something.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be,
and it's
orange juice,
chemicals, and it's really frightening if you think about it, and it's very, very unhealthy. And again, going back to the farmers, if we just they have in the grain that they feed animals, and there are all kinds of problems.
Oh, and what's in their soil?
Right.
Healthy food comes from healthy soil. So we have to make sure we feed our soil. And, the farmers know how to do that. They know what to do. I mean, what do they leave? They let a field go fallow. Correct me if that's wrong.
You remember what Gino said?
And then they burn them every 7 years.
That Gino said at the Italian restaurant. We mentioned this on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about how.
In Baton Rouge, Gino's. We're thankful for Gino's in Baton Rouge.
We are.
We're thankful for Mad Love here.
We're
thankful for Red on Main. We're thankful for Mayor Bob. We're thankful. Did we miss anybody? Where did we eat last night? The Chop House.
That was good.
Oh, my God.
Madison, they have some great places to eat.
That's somebody last week. We were in Nashville, and I talked about living in Madison, Indiana, and they said, do they have any restaurants there? I said, do they have any restaurants here? My God.
Yeah, but
some of the best restaurants ever right here.
We posted a lot of pictures of Madison and the goings on, and was like, I want to go there.
Oh, what's the little burger joint? I don't want to not mention the diner. Hinkles. That's the little joint you remember from when you were a kid.
In the tap room, which is right next door. We can just roll over there. I mean,
Lovin' and Joe's joint right over there, and we got duck pen bowling going to be happening right down here. We got the Mad Cattle opening up in a couple of weeks. The First Street Saloon. If we've missed any of you, we are truly sorry. We love all of you here. We have a great time, and we are very welcome.
I want to Harry's on the Hill because. On Mondays,
Harry's on the Hill.
On Mondays, everything's closed downtown except the tap room.
Right.
And then, so we usually go up on the hill one night a week.
And Tuesday, it's Taco Tuesday.
That's right.
Right.
And then it's Wine Down Wednesday.
Wine down. So next time anybody out there.
Madison.
Yeah. Anybody out there wants to get after us for drinking, it's called Drinks with Dee Dee and John, for crying out loud. And when we go to a restaurant, we have a drink.
We have a toast. We celebrate.
We always celebrate.
So.
And here's something I'm thankful for. I'm just going to say it. Stuffing.
Oh, gosh. Okay. I know we've talked about the Thanksgiving food before on the show, but today's the day. Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving dinner. I love it. Mm-hmm. And I remember there were a couple of years in a row when we were doing movies and just stuck in. We went to
when we were doing movies.
We went to a French restaurant. I'm like, no. And then we went to another, I'm like, no, it's got.
You're talking about you and Paul.
Yes, it's got.
Paul took you to a French restaurant on Thanksgiving.
He did not. It was our host. Martin Landau. He was in the movie, and it was up in Massachusetts. And the host, and I guess they thought that would be really cool. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. And I was kind of mean about it, but I don't care.
No, you were kind of mean about it.
French food, but I do not want French food on Thanksgiving. I want the traditional stuff. Yummy, yummy, yummy. The turkey. Do you like dark meat or white meat?
I like white meat.
I like dark meat. So what?
Good. So fine. We won't have to argue over.
We won't have to fight over.
I like the breast.
I like the leg.
So I'm thankful. Ow.
Or the neck.
I'm thankful. No, I do not now or ever want a wet willy, Mike, or a wedgie. Some people are laughing now. You just went, what is it? I remember. I remember.
So for Thanksgiving, what do you like to drink? Since we were talking about the drinks,
when is it too early for eggnog?
I do nothing like that until after Thanksgiving. No Christmas.
There's a rum
before Thanksgiving.
Well, so is eggnog Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I like 5 minutes. I like there's a wine that has oranges and clove in it that you boil on the stove.
Right.
What is that?
We have that reindeer red. We could do something like that.
We got the reindeer red just for that, which we bought here at the winery.
The Lanthier winery.
Yep.
And it's
There's a couple of wineries here too.
Red, and then you cook it up, but I can't remember. Mulled
wine. I think that's it. Yep. Not moldy wine, mulled wine.
So that's good, but I like red wine for Thanksgiving. I like champagne for Christmas.
Okay, we have 4 minutes left.
Both work.
I'm going to go through. I cannot not say that. I mean, I am so thankful for Elon Musk. I am thankful for him because he seems to have brought. It's interesting that we have these two very, very successful, very, very wealthy men who seem to be able to identify. I mean, Elon Musk is goofy. They seem to be able to identify with the folks who work their asses off, because neither one of them seem to have forgotten. Actually, they still work their asses off. They work their asses off. They just happen to have a whole bunch of money. But I'm so thankful for him with what he did with Twitter and what he may be doing with getting rid of some of these other people, because on the turkey list, of course, is one of the most foolish people I've ever known is because she just continues to put her foot in her mouth is Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Harris, Kamala.
She's a puppet. I think she's a puppet. I think she's ultimately when the smoke clears, I think she is going to be inconsequential. I think
the View, it almost seems like it's on like borrowed time.
Well, I keep hearing that. I hope that it is, because I don't know whose view that is. It's nobody's view that I know.
I mean, I like a show that's kind of light and fun. I mean, and including, I like this one to be a little more lighter and a little more funner. And I know that's terrible English, but
a little more fun. What, this show?
Yeah, I like it to be lighter and
I think it's funny. Yeah,
it is.
Guy goes to the doctor. He says it hurts when I do this. He says, "Well, don't do that." Hey. Yeah, sympathy.
Oh, Chuck.
Sympathy. Chuck Woolery passed away. Chuck was a friend of mine for a long time ago. I hadn't seen Chuck in quite a while, but I remember him as the first host of The Wheel of Fortune. Check it out if you don't remember that. Great guy, wonderful guy, very conservative guy, and a big guy, bigger than me, like 6'4", big guy. Chuck.
I thought he did a great job and was very likable.
He did.
But here's a little bit of trivia you all don't know.
Okay, you got 2 minutes.
John was offered the job of The Price is Right. I
was. I was, but I didn't take it. I didn't take it.
So what do you all think of that? Do you think that was a good move or a bad move? I think it was a good move. I think you're.
I do too. It was Drew Carey. Drew Carey took it, and he did great. He's done great. I was the first host of Star Search. No, Star Search.
The music.
And I gave that over to Ed McMahon. A couple other things we're thankful for is we're thankful for President Trump. We are thankful for him that he stuck to his guns. We're thankful for him that he did not back down. Won't back down. He did not back down. He didn't give up. He didn't give in. He was kind of like Galaxy Quest. Never give up, never give in. Right? Tim Allen. So we're thankful for him, for his perseverance. I got to put on the turkey list. I got to put Hunter Biden on the turkey list. Everybody seems to be wondering who is going to pardon him. I don't think President Trump is going to pardon him because there's no need now to throw that olive branch out there. And Hunter Biden has done some terrible things against this country, as far as I can tell.
But I can see President Trump meeting with President Biden, and I can see him saying, well, okay, I'll do it. And he won't keep his word.
Well, he will keep his word.
Surprised if
I think Biden is going to pardon him first. I think the last thing he does before Biden gets up from his
look, okay. I mean, everybody's got.
I don't know, but it's going to send in the lead. That'll be the final nail in the coffin.
He's going to do it. Yeah. He's going to do it. So that's what that.
Okay, is. And I think he made two mistakes. I'm putting him on the turkey list. One was resigning from Congress, and the other one was resigning from the race. I'm putting Matt
Gaetz.
I'm putting Matt Gaetz on the turkey list. I'm
not sure he had a choice. I don't think he should have resigned from Congress, but
to me, I think that situation was testing his mettle, And I think when Matt Gaetz is up against something, like if somebody wrongs you, I think Matt Gaetz will die to defend you. I love Matt Gaetz. He's I say, they say, well, he's an asshole. Yeah, well, he's our asshole.
I'm going to disagree with you, and I never disagree with you hardly ever, but he really took down my friend Kevin McCarthy.
Well, yes, he did. But
I'm just a loyalty person. If you're my friend, you're my friend. And I didn't like how they did that to him. So I'm not going to sing his praises.
I'm not singing his praises. What I'm saying is that I think
Turkey.
I think Matt Gaetz is much better at going after or defending someone else than he is at defending himself for some reason. I don't know why. So anyway, Matt, I'm sorry I'm putting you on that list. I think that was it. I've got one. Number one was mainstream news.
Well, let me tell you too that
we're over. So
I know, but I love Ken Bondi, and I love the governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem.
Oh, Kristi Noem.
So
I think the cabinet choices
these fabulous women are going to be cabinet choices, and I applaud President Trump for that. And I don't think you should.
I think Matt Gaetz was the proper choice, by the way. That's the second part of why I said he was a turkey, is that he bowed out of that race, I think, too quickly. So, yes.
I think the choices that Donald Trump's making are incredible.
They're all bulldogs. They all have their own mind. So the notion that Donald Trump only surrounds himself with yes men and yes women, bullshit.
He even said young women. I'm like, really?
Really?
He's surrounding himself with the most wonderful women in the world.
Okay, we got to go. We've taken up too much of your time. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Turkey Day.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
Happy Turkey Day.
Do that, and we will. Next week is going to be interesting because we're going to do it from Los Angeles in the shadow of Warner Brothers Studios, right there in between Warner Brothers and the golf course at Toluca Lake. This is Drinks with John
and Dee Dee.
That one. We love it. Bye.